Are we live? It looks like we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Pop Culture Asylum. I'm your host, Gabriel. I hope everyone is having a great day. And we need to talk about the IWGP Intercontinental Championship. Now, in case you haven't heard, like, the reason why we're talking about the IWGP Intercontinental Championship is because New Japan Pro Wrestling wants to get rid of it. They're planning to get rid the IWGP Intercontinental Championship, which in my mind, why? Why would you want to get rid of one of the most prestigious championships in all of professional wrestling? Like, and what you're probably wondering where are you getting this news from? This is coming from Tokyo Sports. Okay, you can read the article. It's on Tokyo Sports. And here's what the article has to say. The history of IWGP changes. In the New Japan Pro Wrestling IWGP Intercontinental Champ hold on, I can't even read today. In the New Japan Pro Wrestling IWGP Intercontinental Champion Kota Ibushi successfully defended for the third time after rejecting a challenge by Tetsuya Naito. Following the results of the IWGP Heavyweight and IC Double Crown disputes between the two men, Chairman Naoki Suga, I'm sorry if I'm probably butchering his name. I'm going to call him Anoki. I think that's how you say his first name, but I can't say his last name. So continue on. Revealed to the paper that he would unify the two belts as desired by the double champion Ibushi. A new belt that inherits the history of both titles, the name of which is the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, will be newly established. The battle between two men, which appeared to be an ideological struggle, continued to be fiercely fought. Ibushi was hit by a concentrated fire on his left leg, but he was not allowed Judge Destino. Naito, who was aiming for the Collian title, was injured. I think they're just talking about the matchup right here. Let me continue on with this. Okay, right here. The meaning of Naito, who advocated the belt unification, was large. The champion said, Naito-san said that the IWGP Heavyweight and IC Championship would become one, and the idea is that neither will be. If that's the case, I would like to leave them both. I want to make it one if it's lost. I want to unify it onto while leaving two. That's not going to change, although egocentric, the reigning champion's ideals is to keep the history and traditions of both thrones and unify them. In response to this result, the unification plan that Ibushi requested after the Tokyo Dome tournament on January 5th finally showed progress. Chairman Anoki, I can't pronounce his name. I'm just going to say Anoki. Chairman Anoki, who responded to this paper's interview after the tournament, says, after discussion on the part of the company, we have decided to unify the two titles with respect for the will of the current champions. We will establish a new IWGP World Heavyweight title, which inherits the history of the IWGP Heavyweights and IC titles, and will renew our belts. The IWGP Heavyweight title has been recognized as the pinnacle of New Japan for about 34 years since Antonio Inoki was recognized as the first champion in June 1987. On the other hand, the IC title was newly established in May of 2011 under the position that gave to the IWGP, and its value was improved dramatically with the fierce battle of successive champions. Naito's first simultaneous retention of both titles at the Tokyo Dome in January 2018 has resulted in a two-belt double title fight, but this has finally come to an end. The unification of the titles is expected to be officially announced as early as day one. I think we will be playing our first defense against the winner of the New Japan Cup, opening in I'm trying to read Japanese here. Like, please bear with me here. On March 5th. by recognizing Ibushi as the first champion. And that's basically all it is. So, oh my god. I'm honestly not a fan of this. I'm not a fan of this at all. Why do you want to get rid of one of the most prestigious championships that you have in New Japan Pro Wrestling? This championship has, okay, like the championship did start in 2011 and it only had like a decade, but like here's the thing. This championship was held by some of the greatest, some of the best wrestlers in the world right now. Let me tell you all the champions that held the IWGP Intercontinental Championship. And the list is as follows. Shinsuke Nakamura, Tetsuya Naito, Hiroshi Tanahashi, Hiroki Goto, Chris Jericho, Kenny Omega, MVP, Masato Tanaka, Kota Ibushi, Jay White, Michael Elgin, Minoru Suzuki, Bad Luck Fale, La Sombra, and Evil. Now, it may not be a very big list, but some of the best in the world held this championship and made it freaking prestigious. Again, Nakamura held the championship 5 times. Naito, Hiroshi Tanahashi, Chris Jericho, okay, Kenny Omega, these Kota Ibushi, these 6 are considered to be some of the best wrestlers in the world right now. 2 of them are considered legends in Hiroshi Tanahashi and Chris Jericho. Like, yeah, like this may not be a long list of champions, but like looking at the list of people who held his championship, it's prestigious in it of itself. And like why do you want to get rid of that beautiful design? It's so simple and it's so prestigious. I will go as far to say that this championship might be better. Like you can make an argument that the IWGP Intercontinental Championship like looks better than the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Not saying that the IWGP Championship is better than the WWE IC belt, but I can see the arguments. Okay, both titles are extremely prestigious. Okay, and I don't get it. Why do you want to get rid of a championship that was held by Nakamura, by a Naito, by a Tanahashi, by an Omega, by a Jericho, by an Ibushi? It doesn't make any sense. Like, and it's a punch to the face for the people that made this championship famous. And you know what's even worse? Like, back at Wrestle Kingdom 8, here's the thing. Wrestle Kingdom is the WrestleMania of New Japan. Okay, and back in Wrestle Kingdom 8, the IWGP Intercontinental Championship main evented the show as Nakamura defended it against Hiroshi Tanahashi. Again, hear me out. The IWGP Heavyweight Championship, a title that is considered to be one of the most prestigious, if not the prestigious world championship in professional wrestling right now, was not the main event of Wrestle Kingdom 8. You know what was? The IWGP Intercontinental Championship, which was a big deal and makes the IWGP Intercontinental Championship more prestigious. Why do you want to get rid of that? Honestly, why do you want to get rid of that? Like, say what you want about WWE, but I don't see them getting rid of their Intercontinental Championship, because their Intercontinental Championship is way too prestigious. Okay, again, it was held by the Austins, the Rocks, the Bret Harts, the Mr. Perfects, the Triple H's. Like, you don't see them getting rid of their Intercontinental Championship. And again, some of you might be saying, oh, but the WWE Intercontinental Championship was held was made way longer than the IWGP Intercontinental Championship. Yeah, but okay. The WWE Intercontinental Championship has been around for a very long time. I get that. But again, the IWGP Heavyweight Championship shouldn't be disrespected like this. Again, it was held by Shinsuke Nakamura, Tetsuya Naito, Hiroshi Tanahashi, Kenny Omega, Chris Jericho. Yes, this may not be a long list, but some of these people are considered to be some of the best wrestlers in the world today. And two of them are legends. And not to mention the fact that the IWGP Intercontinental Championship main evented Wrestle Kingdom. Now tell me this. Did the WWE Intercontinental Championship ever main evented WrestleMania? And anyone has the WWE Intercontinental Championship have main event WrestleMania? Oh, I'm waiting. No, the WWE Intercontinental Championship never main evented WrestleMania, and even though the Intercontinental, also, not to mention the fact that for the last couple of years, WWE has made the Intercontinental Championship a joke. Okay, only recently has SmackDown and Paul Heyman rejuvenated the Intercontinental Championship. But before SmackDown right now, the Intercontinental Championship was treated as a joke, while the IWGP Intercontinental Championship was consistent, and every single year it kept getting more and more prestigious, to the point that you can argue that the IWGP Intercontinental Championship is just as prestigious as the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Hell, this championship is so special that New Japan decided to give his champion both belts. Okay, that makes sense in its own right. But the fact that they're getting rid of the IWGP Intercontinental Championship now, because, like, if you guys don't like your champion holding, like, both the World Heavyweight title and the Intercontinental title belt, then separate the belts. Let the champion lose the Intercontinental Champion to someone else. Don't get rid of it. Honestly, why would you want to get rid of something so prestigious? Why do you want to get rid of a title that is so historic? That doesn't make any sense. And I am completely disappointed in New Japan Pro Wrestling doing this. I am so disappointed in New Japan Pro Wrestling doing this. And my God, man, I don't know what's going on with New Japan lately. Like, New Japan has been messing up left and right. And like the Jon Moxley versus Kenta match for the IWGP United States Championship. I'm going away from, like, basically the main point of this video, but I already said what I said. But, like, Moxley versus Kenta, right, had an incredible matchup, and personally, I think it's a match of the year candidate. I'm not taking anything away from those guys. But why did they let Moxley retain the title? Why not give it to Kenta? Okay, Moxley was barely seen in New Japan Pro Wrestling. He has done nothing with the IWGP United States Championship. Why not give it to someone who has been fighting in New Japan Pro Wrestling for a long time? Okay, of course, Kenta was holding the IWGP United States Championship briefcase, and New Japan Pro Wrestling was building him up to be a monster and the next in line to be the next IWGP United States champion. And again, I'm not taking anything away from Moxley versus Kenta. They had an incredible matchup. Okay? But Kenta shouldn't have won. It doesn't make any sense to let Moxley retain the U.S. Championship. And what? It's not, more than likely Moxley is not going to come back to New Japan for a while. It's like, oh, New Japan, what is going on? Like, you're acting like WWE right now. Okay? You're acting like Monday Night Raw right now. Okay? New Japan is not as bad as Monday Night Raw right now, but it is getting there because they are just fucking up left and right. Okay? I hope New Japan Pro Wrestling does not go through with this. I hope they do not get rid of a prestigious championship like the Intercontinental, like the IWGP Intercontinental Championship. Like imagine what you can do with this championship. Okay, this championship can establish a star. The IWGP Intercontinental Championship can show the world if this person's ready to be world champion of your company or not. That's the whole point of a prestigious mid-card championship. And it doesn't get more prestigious than the IWGP Intercontinental Championship. Again, like this championship has been around for a decade, which has not been long at all. But look at the people who held this championship throughout this decade, and look at the history it created. It main evented a Wrestle Kingdom. A mid-card championship main evented a WrestleMania-esque show. A move that WWE has never done or any other promotion has done before. Okay? And this championship has been around for a decade. And again, the history and the New Japan is making a big mistake by doing this. They are making a terrible mistake by doing this. And I hope New Japan I hope they don't go through with this. I hope and pray they don't go through with this. But that's all I gotta say. Nothing too crazy. New Japan, you gotta get your shit together. Like, why would you want to get rid of a championship that you guys worked so hard to make so famous? You even let the Intercontinental Championship main event your WrestleMania type show, which is a big deal. And you just want to get rid of it? My God, man. My God. New Japan. God. But that's what I gotta say. I want to know what you guys think in the comment section. Do you guys agree that New Japan is getting rid of the IC title, or do you strongly disagree like I do? I want to know what you guys think in the comment section. And my only rule is just don't be assholes in the comment section. Okay, it's okay to have different opinions. Okay, all I ask is for you guys not be assholes in the comment section. Okay. But if you guys like this video, make sure you leave a like, make sure you leave a comment. And if you guys like the content that I make sure you subscribe and leave the notification bell so that way you don't miss any of my videos. And yeah, until next time, this is Gabriel, and I'll see you next time in the asylum. Have a nice day, everyone.